Hello, folks. Back in 2023, this is Dickerson. You're watching the Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show on YouTube and on Facebook. Brought to you by the Dickerson Bluegrass Productions, one of the finest media companies all around the world, bluegrass music. And here's the Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show on YouTube and Facebook. Stay tuned for the interviews. Hello, folks. This is Dickerson of the Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show, which is brought to you by the Dickerson Bluegrass Productions, one of the finest media companies all around the world, bluegrass music. And I'm here at the Hills of Home Festival in McClure, Virginia, the Hills of Home Park. And I'm here with two great people in Dewey Brown.
Thank you, sir.
He's a former member of Ralph Stanley's band.
Yes, sir.
And playing the fiddle, and Leslie Brown on the upright bass. How you folks doing?
We're doing great, and it's so good to be here with you. Appreciate you inviting us to be on your show.
Who's the members of the Carolina Gentlemen?
Well, we've got Kendall Gales on the mandolin, and we've got Kaiser George on the guitar.
And Clay Russell.
Clay Russell plays the banjo with us.
Yeah. That's really cool.
And Leslie Brown here plays the bass, my wife, and then I'm on the fiddle.
And you were just telling me about the fiddle. What's the name of the fiddle you play?
Alfred Michaels made that fiddle for me. He's a long-time repairman of mine, and he unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, but he made that fiddle for me while I was working with Dr. Ralph Stanley.
And how long you were in his band?
11 years. 11 years. Started in 2005 and continued to play with him until 2016 when Ralph passed away.
Yeah, and hats off for the Stanley Brothers music.
That's right.
Agreed here, agreed.
And this is your I know you've been here before. I know you folks been here before.
We have.
What's the history like being here at the Stanley's Festival?
It's the source of this music, and I think that anybody that's ever been here would agree, and they would understand where Ralph and Carter cultivated this sound that they brought out. Wouldn't you agree, hon?
I would agree, and I like to call it the sound of the mountains. If the mountains could speak, it would be the Stanley Brothers sound.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing about the cemetery, they have Stanley music in the background too.
That was nice. I got a chance
nice
to visit this morning.
And I got to visit there yesterday.
Great.
Yeah, and pay my respects. Hats off for the Stanleys again. But how was the show today?
We had a really fun time.
We did.
I thought it turned out great.
It was a great show, and the crowd was great, and we're just tickled to death to be here. For me, this is home. I'm from Grundy, Virginia, originally, so not too far from here in McClure, so it's just good to be back in the mountain air again.
And we met through me getting a job with Ralph. I was actually playing with Ralph too, shortly after I joined Dr. Ralph's band in Saltville, Virginia. And I met Leslie that evening at that show. She was out clogging on the street in Saltville, Virginia, with a lot of other people there. And so anyhow, we met that night. And so that, even though I'm not from this area, I'm from Graham, North Carolina, me playing the fiddle and getting to work with Ralph brought us together.
Oh, yes. Right. At least on the broad side, at least this state in North Carolina is one state away.
That's right.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah.
Not too far. But Ohio's like 4 states away from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And 3 states from Virginia, or 2 states.
Is that where you're from?
I live in Ohio, but I'm originally from California.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
How about that?
Near San Diego, but
yeah.
But anyway, how'd you get started on the fiddle?
Ooh, my dad plays the upright bass, and he would travel, and not travel, but he would go with his friends to local barbecues and cookouts and stuff like that. And I was around that for a little while, and I wanted to be more part of it. And he told me if I'd learn the fiddle, I could go more into these cookouts and jam sessions, and that's how I got interested in bluegrass fiddle and music.
Oh yes, and how did you get started on the bass, Leslie?
Well, I've always been involved with bluegrass, going to festivals all my life and clogging. Me and my family were square dancers and cloggers. But when I met Dewey, he plays all the instruments, and he is a master musician. You are. And so he taught me how to play the bass. So.
And what instruments do you play, Dewey?
Well, normally, mainly the fiddle. I started off on the fiddle and played a little rhythm guitar and some banjo. But I've had a music store for, about 10 years, 13 years now. and I do a little teaching. So along when I started my lessons, I picked up and helped a few people learn the bass and some mandolin, but I don't really claim to play them, but I can help people get started. And Leslie, after showing her just a couple things, she took off with it. She's far beyond anything I can do on the bass.
You both are good musicians. Great musicians.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
And where they can find Dewey and Leslie Brown at?
Leslie?
You can visit us at deweyandleslieBrown.net. We did have .com, but some pirates took over our website. Have you ever heard of that, Evan?
Our website got stolen.
Yeah, there are website pirates out there, and if you're not fully protected, then you can have your website stolen. So we're doing LeslieBrown.net, and you can check us out there. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media platforms as well. So
yes.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, and
my pleasure.
Thank you, Dewey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm Evan Dickerson of the Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show. Got one more interview after this one, and you folks take care. Stay tuned.
See you.